Welcome back to Something Awesome. I'm zettovyker. Well, let's continue our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo Act 2, Hanako's Castling. Narrator.
The cue ball taps the ball, and the trajectory is about right, but I put it in too much power. It grazes the corner of the hole and moves off to the side, just skirting the pocket. I grit my teeth a little. I was pretty good at this game, and it's frustrating to have deteriorated so much. I stood back and let Hanako take her turn, glancing towards the counter where Lily and Akira are sitting. They're talking busy between themselves, and seem to be having a good time. I turn back to Hanako as she takes her shot, with the same face as before. She lines herself up and sharply pushes the cue. Just as before, she sinks the ball just she was aiming for. It drops into the side pocket more cleanly than her last, though. It looks as if she's getting a bit more into the groove of the game.
Nicely done.
She hesitates for a moment and begins to address me without turning her head.
The orphanage was nice. It felt like Yamaku does. And staff was really kind. But as the years went on, I realized something. I was different.
It feels strange to hear her speak so candidly about herself. She's audibly forcing the words out. It reminds me of when she insisted she tell me about the fire. Hanako must feel that she has to tell me of such things if I'm willing to tell her about my own past. Her grip on the cue tightens as she continues to speak.
Most of the children there were up for adoption, just like I was. But unlike me, they gradually left, one by one. By the time I came to Yamaku, I was among the oldest children there. For a while, I helped with some of the younger children, but eventually,
I lay a hand on her shoulder. She's forcing herself by now.
it's okay.
She looks mildly surprised for the moment, but then nods before setting down her cue and turning towards me.
Do you really think so? Yeah, I think so. Even while Lily's away, I'll be around to protect you, right?
Hanako looks at me for a long time, and I'm taken a bit off guard. Her expression hasn't changed from before, still looking somewhat maudlin, and silences between us aren't usual. I think it's the fact that she's holding such prolonged eye contact that makes this feel a bit odd. It feels as if she's judging me. It's very strange, vaguely uncomforting feeling.
Hanako? I, I understand. Thank you.
She smiles and looks away a little, but it feels still sad. Hanako isn't very good at faking emotions, and this is no exception. I move to a table and take my turn to try and distract myself, but it doesn't seem to work. Does she think I'm not up to the task of helping her? Is she disappointed in me? I'm probably overthinking this, while her silences are just unaccepted facts of life by now. Sometimes I do wish she'd speak more often. With a thud, I send the white sphere careening down the table into my target.
Ah!
Hanako sees what's happening just as I do. The ball hits hard, with the striped ball I'd intended to sink veering off towards the 8 ball. Sure enough, as both Hanako and I look on and bite our lips, they connect and the black ball rolls leisurely into a corner pocket. All I can do is sigh. It looks like Hanako is smiling again though, so maybe it wasn't for naught.
That was an awful shot. You win. I see I'm getting pretty rusty after all this time.
Hanako bends down and begins to shoot the remaining balls into the closest pockets. I almost asked if we could play another game, but a quick check on my watch confirms that the night is getting pretty late. Lily and Akira appearing to be still drinking at the counter. She seems like we'll have to drag them away.
Um, he saw.
I turn back to Hanako, who's still looking over the pool table shooting the balls. Her voice sounds different from before.
I'm here here for you as well.
Ah,
I suddenly find myself blushing. It's only natural that she respond this way, given what I said to her earlier, but it's still a shock to actually hear it. Just what is my relationship with this girl? I want to protect her, to make her happy. I'm not really sure that it's something like love, but I don't think these are the same kinds of feelings I have for Lily either. I feel sorry for her. I've gone through so much in her life. Her parents died in a house fire, and she lived in an orphanage for much of her childhood. I can't even imagine that kind of life. But I feel like there's so little I can do for her, especially now that Lily is going to be leaving the country. Hanako and I finish tying up the table and cues, and pick up Lily and Akira on the way out of the club. It feels like something changed between Hanako and me. I can't quite place what it is, but Hanako is acting differently now. I feel like we're further apart, if anything.
so, you enjoying yourself?
Hanako and I both nod and agree. The game was good, and we both did learn more about of each other, so it's an honest answer. Lily appears to be a little distracted.
Worried about the trip, Lily?
She pauses before sighing and smiling weakly.
A little. It means quite a bit.
The comment earns her a clap on the shoulder from her sister. Hanako smiles back, too.
You'll be okay, Lily.
I hope you can enjoy your time over there.
Thank you, Hanako. I'll try to. It'll be nice to be back with my family, after all. No matter for how brief a time it may be.
With that, the four of us begin to walk to the car park where Akira's car is. We continue to talk between ourselves, but it's mostly just small talk.
If you guys like this episode, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and subscribe if you want to see the rest of the story. Until next time, folks, I'll see you guys later. Good night.